Here's a quick look at everything that we use to catch frogs in our arsenal. A little closer, we have a little spring-loaded thing. We have our different gigs. We have our different blowgun types and our nets. And I'll go through each of these real quick just to show you, what they do and how they work, the percentage that we see on them, and hopefully you'll learn a little bit about that. This is a little spring-loaded contraption. You hit the frog with it in the middle and it closes up around them. I'm not going to talk much about this one because I absolutely hate it. Don't know if I've ever even caught a frog with it. Save your money. Don't buy that. Probably the least catch percentage as far as like actually getting frogs in the boat that we use is a gig. Several different kinds of gigs. This is a typical frog gig that you can find in most stores. This is a fish gig. Now you can see the difference, right? If we were to use this frog gig, we would go through 10 of them a night because we're pretty rough on them. So we like the fish gig, and we keep our points sharpened, as much as possible. The gig still not real accurate. I don't know. I would say 60-70%. But there's still some situations where you use it, you need it, and it's effective. Usually kill the frogs, so you have to have an ice chest with you, which is not ideal. With ice to keep them cool, but that's definitely a tool. A lot of people frog gig. Not our favorite, but we do use it occasionally. Frog nets. These things are pretty doggone accurate. We use these a lot when the situation calls for it, when you can't get close enough with your hand. We would actually prefer these over a blowgun if possible. The negative is that you have to have a pretty flat place and a hard bottom to trap the frog, and it's a little tricky keeping him in there. But if you can get this net on the frog's head, you're good. It's a good tool. We use it whenever the situation calls for. These are a couple of custom ones. I don't think you can buy these, but these are both handmade. We use these a lot. Probably my favorite way to frog is using a blowgun, and these are homemade blowguns. I don't know if you can see that, but basically it's a piece of pipe with a mouthpiece on it, and we have a reel with some string threaded through, and we have some homemade barbs attached to the end of the line. So basically, you point this thing at the frog, you blow hard, you stick him, and then you reel him in like a bass. It's pretty doggone funny. Accuracy, it's like shooting a gun. Some people are good at it, some people are not real good at it. It takes some practice, but once you get it, it can be pretty doggone effective. There's times and places where you just can't get close enough with your hand or the gig or whatever. These things have, I've shot frogs 20 foot away from them, right between the eyes. I'll tell you that's pretty rare. Typically the range is probably less than about 8 feet where you can get a pretty high percentage of sticks in them. The further you go, the accuracy, drops. It's not the blowgun's fault, it's your fault, but still a really good tool. Some other kinds of blowguns that we have. This is my personal one. This is my baby. I love it. Caught a lot of frogs with it. Dad's blowgun, he has this little shenanigan rigged up with PVC where whenever he puts his mouth on it, he points down the barrel just like it's a gun, and it's right in his line of sight. He's pretty doggone good with it. I'm not real good with it because I'm used to using mine, but Dad does a good job with this. And then we have an extra long blowgun. This sucker's 6 foot long. For those hard to reach, you got to wind through the limbs to get to him. This thing is pretty, it's pretty good too in certain situations. The issue with this one is that it's long and it's a little bit front heavy, and it's a little more difficult to aim and to get them with this. So the accuracy suffers just a little bit, but there's times where this long one actually has an advantage over the other ones. When it comes down to it, though, all of these tools that we have, they're all good and fine and dandy, but the most accurate is your hand. We're you know, if you can get close enough to the frog with your hand, he's pretty much in the boat. We're 90+% with our hand, but you know, sometimes you just can't get close enough, or the situation, you know, calls for something else. But probably 75% of the time we use our hand, and the other 25%, you know, we have a variety of tools to try to get the frogs in the boat. Hope y'all enjoy. Bye bye. Next time I'm fighting him, I'm gonna stick him and pull him. Keep him shined.
Right in the nose?
Keep him shined for me. If you don't, I want to take a little video.
Oh, okay.
Right in the eyes. I'll get you out in a minute.
Right between the...
Right in the eyeball.
You might have your...
Alright, I'm gonna go get him. Good frog. Where's a big one?
Push your button.
Come here, boy. Come here. Good one. Come here, boy. But you know what? Never would have got that frog. Maybe with a gig, but not with your hand for sure.
Might get a spook with him.
Yeah.
He's spooked anyway.
Good one. Really man like a bass. Come here, boy. Really man like a bass. Shine him? Come here, big boy. Ooh. Look at that mama jama. Got him in a good spot too. Atta boy. Nice. That's a good hit too. Yeah, that's tough on those old barbs.
Bounced off of it.
Bounced
off of that frog.
What'd you do, wound him?
Yes, I don't know.
That's kind of cool.
Stuck and he come off of it. Oh man, I got my hand.
I saw that. I was gonna say something, but I didn't. Your headlight on? Try not to make too many waves. Atta boy.
You made a long stab with that
That
one.
was kind of long.
I don't see how you got it.
The good one?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think he's gonna get him. Just leave him on there till you get back.
I ain't letting him jump off now.
Don't fall and
Look
stick
how far I
yourself.
sink.
We'll be back in a few minutes. Don't fall with that gig down and stick yourself.
Just leave him. He ain't gonna come off that gig. Leave him on that gig. He's good.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, I gotta get a picture of this. I can't. Oh, you got it on your picture.
Oh, God, look. I sink like 2 feet in the mud.
Sorry, am I blinding you?
Come up as far as you can, please.
He's as far as he can come.
I walked that far.
If you would fall right now, it would make a really good video. Head first, but keep the frog out of the water. All right, hold him up for me. Nice one.
He grabbed the
Get away from me, I'm sorry.
Did you get him?
Yeah. That's a good
He's
one.
better than I thought he was, Eli.
Yeah.
Oh boy, nice. Good job. Show him to the camera.
Fast up.
That's a real good one. What the heck, Dad? Oh, there we go.
He ain't gonna bite you.
He was a holler.
Hold him up for the camera. Sweet.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm barely. Look, I'm barely breathing.
just barely
Look, I'm
got
barely.
him?
Oh, yeah. I'm
No way.
Where you stepping out there now?
Oh, he's on there.
Good one?
That's a giant. He didn't look that big.
He sure didn't. I didn't think he was that big.
Atta boy. That's a big one. Them big old legs hanging.
He's on there first.
Atta boy.
Listen, I got him. Wait, do I?
All right.
Yeah, I got him.
That's a good one. It might be the same one you just missed. Cole, look at the legs.
No.
Look at the legs.
Just lay it down in the boat.
More stinky swamp.
Hold him up. Let me see. Nice. All right, we're gonna do some frog ID. These are bullfrogs. Bullfrogs, they vary in color and size and shape and all that good stuff. In Louisiana, the two main kind of frogs is a bullfrog and a pig frog. We don't have any pig frogs to show you, but the differences are a pig frog will have a more pointed nose. A bullfrog has a little more rounded nose. These are both bullfrogs, so I don't have a pig frog. All right, so that's one way to tell. The other way to tell is that a pig frog, his webbing on his rear feet will extend all the way out to the end of the toes, whereas a bullfrog is receded a little bit. A little bit more about the Louisiana bullfrog. These are called the tympanic membranes. This is the same thing as your eardrum, so it's what allows the frogs to hear at night. They're big and exposed because they're nocturnal feeders. The size of the tympanic membrane is how you sex the frogs. The bigger tympanic membrane is a male, the smaller tympanic membrane is the female. So if the tympanic membrane is roughly the same size as the eye, then it's a female. If it's about double the size, then it's a male. So big, strong rear legs to help them jump. They also have a tongue that extends out about half the length of their body, and it's a sticky tongue. They reach out and grab what they want, suck it in. The bullfrogs are the #2 predator in the Louisiana swamp, behind an alligator. These things will eat anything they can get in their mouth. We found snakes, birds, other frogs, fish. I've seen videos of them catching birds, so they're really some bad little animals, and if they can fit it in their mouth, they're going to eat it. All right, hope y'all enjoyed.